Very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's US Outlook. Of course, all eyes on Ophelia in the past several days, so there hasn't been a US video in some time and even written post. So I do apologise about that. I'm going to start catching up on US weather over the next day or so. But as alluded to back about 5 days ago, we do have the Pacific storm train now starting to crank as we go through the latter half of this week and into the weekend. But all the while we've been talking about a lot of heat across the eastern half of the country and snow in the Rockies, we're talking about the first frost in parts of the interior northeast this morning, and all thanks to this area of high pressure 1030 millibar sitting right over the Virginia-West Virginia border. Also, we are going to be talking about the tropics once again because the MJO, which is something I'm going to try and put onto the written side of the post today, um, is starting to enter a phase very conducive for Atlantic convection and cyclogenesis potential as well. So we are going to look at that because it looks as if towards the latter half of the month there is still a threat of some form of tropical hit on the United States before all is said and done. But more on that in just a second. What we're going to be talking about here is chilly air getting driven out of Canada. And I think, folks, this area right here is going to be where it turns very, very cold this winter. I think we are going to see winter this year, and I think it's going to be over the interior west of Canada, stretching really from Alaska down in through the northern Rockies and into the northern plain states, potentially into the Great Lakes as well. I think this is where the core of winter is going to be this year over the interior north of the United States. But you can see here as we go forward, here comes the first of several systems coming into the Pacific Northwest to drive south, bringing snow to the Sierra Nevada mountains. All the while, we hold on to this large area of high pressure, which continues to keep things very settled, very pleasant indeed. Always watching on the underside of this high for heavy rainfall through places such as the Bahamas and even down as far as Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, parts of Cuba. This is the perfect setup for some very heavy rainfall. But you can see here the map lights up with regards to blue, indicating heavy snowfall across the northern Rockies here, and that is just one system after the next that bombards the Pacific Northwest, one storm after the next. And as you can see here, the high eventually shifts out into the Atlantic. Frontal system associated with those storms coming into the Pacific Northwest drives southeastwards, and with the combination of the high offshore front coming in across the eastern half of the United States, we need to look out underneath for some form of development over either the Caribbean or the Gulf of Mexico here. So there is still plenty of weather going on across the United States, just haven't had the chance because of uh, ex-Hurricane Ophelia's impacts here in Western Europe. But you notice here by this time we skip out to 156, which is next Tuesday, you've got the trough drilling into the central portion of the United States and the backside of this front, which really lights up. We've got warm, cold mixing, and this frontal system becomes very, very active according to the GFS up and down the eastern seaboard here. Heavy rainfall, flood potential, and also you've got the first shot of very cool air coming into the northern tier of the country. That's it for today. Hope you have a great Wednesday, and I'll be back in the next couple of days. More in the written post both today and tomorrow. Bye for now.